Happy Thursday, and welcome to another Chamber Check-In episode from Idaho's only five-star accredited chamber. Today we get to hear from a relatively new chamber member and their business. It's called Connect Empower, and we have founder and owner with us today, Erin Sims. I'm going to bring her on stage. Hi,
Hi,
Erin.
everybody. Hi, it's good to see you.
Absolutely good to see you as well, Erin. Um, just before we get started, I just want to give a little background. Erin, you and we are on part of a tips group or a leads group together. And we have a great tips group, Tips Spartan. So if anybody is interested, give us a call later. But I've just been really happy to have you part of that group, Erin. It's been wonderful to hear your perspective on the services that your business brings, and also the synergy that your organization has with our group. So anyway, thanks for being a part of that group.
No, thank you. It's an honor to be a part of the group. You guys are amazing. So thank you.
And Erin, we don't have a lot of time today, but I do want to make sure that folks know that we've been doing these chamber check-ins for 5 years now, and
Wow.
we used to feature two businesses a week. Now we're doing one business a week, and we're filled up all the way through July. So
Wow.
it's if you're interested in being featured, drop me a note, and let's get you on the schedule. But we do every Thursday at 2 o'clock, and it's a great opportunity to learn about the services and products and origin stories of businesses, but most importantly, the people. So let's start with you, Erin. What's your background, history of work that led you to becoming an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I'm a military brat. So need I say more? I'm not a
Right.
brat, I promise. But grew up around the world, spent most of my time in Japan. I lived there for 12 years, so I call that home for a really long time. And then I went to college, decided it kind of wasn't for me at the time, and then ended up marrying military. And so I spent more years in the military and just have been exposed to so many different opportunities and job types, and really was like, okay, I want to do something for myself. And what can I do? And the opportunities that have come to me have really helped me grow. And with my partner and I, John Mills, we decided to come up with Connect Empower.
Well, that leads me to my next question. As a military brat, I get to call you that since you said that,
Yes.
and you married into military. Is John in military as well?
He used to. He first served for a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah.
So we've got veterans and family here.
Mhm.
So would you say you're veteran owned as well?
Right. I
Yeah.
feel like it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Connect Empower. When did it begin? Why and
Mhm.
how?
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, John and I were frustrated with our current jobs that we were in, and so we quit our jobs. And he came home and was really frustrated. And so I said, guess what? I booked plane tickets and we're going to Indonesia for 6 weeks. So we're going to go and get a kind of a clear view of what we want to do because we knew we wanted to serve the elderly still. We both have a healthcare background. And we said, what can we do? And so we came up with Connect Empower. And why we decided to do it is so many people we felt were asking, why didn't I know? We saw that there was this need that we know our language in healthcare. People don't understand it, or people are afraid, or they don't know what to ask, but they don't know. So we wanted to be a resource to connect people and help get the word out of, hey, you have resources available, or if you have this problem, or if this comes up, you can go here, and this kind of person or doctor can help you, but not only in healthcare, but in life. Our tagline is your life, your choice. It has been trademarked because we honestly believe that right now, decide what you want for your life before it becomes too late and a family member decides, a friend, the courts, the healthcare system decides. How do you want to age? How do you want to eventually pass on?
Oh, wow. Now, I think that, and we were talking about this before, the service that you provide, and I want you to explain it a little bit deeper. here in a second. But when you are trying to wrap your arms around everything you need to do for retirement, for uh, elderly planning, for your parents, yourself. Um,
Hmm.
like you said, there's so many different things out there. Who brings that all to one place? And so I'm gathering that's what Connect Empower does, but help educate me.
Oh, absolutely. Again, John and I can help out with more of like the hospice, home health, and caregiving and more of those settings. But anything like your financial, long-term care, any kind of insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, that's where the connect part comes in. We've connected with community resources that we can go, hey, this person can help you. And these are some of the questions you can go to them and ask them.
Okay. Now, how did you figure this out? Did you have some parents that helped you learn how to gather this
Oh,
information?
no, I think it goes back to the military background, I think. Right? You move somewhere every 2 to 4 years, you get those resources and you learn how to become resourceful, right? So I think that's what's helped us with Connect Empower is going, okay, I just moved somewhere new or I'm starting something new. Who do I know? And then who do they know? And then making sure that we align. Like, okay, I work with this age group. Is that something that you can do? Or how do you help them? And how do I trust you that I'm going to pass that on to you? Right?
You mentioned that there's some books that were written. Did you all write these books?
Mm.
And they're definitely part of these resources you're talking about. You mentioned working with some clients here recently that are bringing you back to kind of review that book in a and more of a deep dive. Help me understand a little bit more about that.
Sure. So John and I have designed a few different books that we have online, and the particular book I was telling you about is we are both certified senior advisors, and it's a book that they've given to us that we've been able to brand that follows our aligning values. And we pretty much we sit down with you, and the book is so cool because it lets you put all your information in one spot. Right? So the older that you get, sometimes you have things all over and family come in to help you when you have an emergency and they're like, "Well, where is everything?" Well, it might be in that desk, it might be in that drawer, it might be in the car, but this book is to help you stay on track. This is my medications, these are my doctors, this is my mortgage in case somebody has to pay the bills, these are my pets and what their allergies might be. So really a resource gathering to keep it in one spot versus all over, especially during crisis.
So, Aaron, tell me about the experience that you have with your client. What would they experience when they call you, Aaron? They're like, you know what? Hey, we're interested in learning more. Uh, Bring that timeline here to the table.
Sure, there's a couple different reasons why they would call, right? If we go back to the healthcare, the home health, and the hospice, we can consult on that. And what I mean consult is coming to us saying, hey, we have a healthcare company we're interested, or we don't know how to start home health, or how does hospice work, and what do we need to do when we're looking for a company? Then we educate you and can walk you through the process and even be there with you as all this happens. Right? So that's one service that we do. Another service that we do is our transitioning. So if you're needing to leave your home, right, and you need to downsize your home, we can also help sell your house, but we can also help place you, right? So we can go, okay, what are you looking for? Where are you living? What is it that you want from a place? And then we do that research and make sure that they have openings and it's a fit for you. Then we go with you if you want us to go, which we'd love to go and tour these communities and help you ask those questions to make sure, okay, was everything answered the right way? But then we also have a thing called a touching message, which is one of our favorites. And this really is where someone can leave their legacy, and it's never too late to start. And what I mean by your legacy, it could be your life story from beginning to end. Maybe you have a recipe that's a family secret. And you're like, I want to tell this to my family, but I need to do it now because I may not be able to do it in the future. So when you pass away, they can have it. And the cool thing about that is they get to cook with you in the kitchen, hearing your voice giving the direction. So that's really cool. Yeah, so there's lots of different things. For me, my dad passed almost 4 years ago, and, he used to be the night before Christmas. And so I have that on a recording for my future great-grandchildren and grandchildren and on and on and on because we've been doing it since the '80s. So it's just a really cool thing because you forget their voice. And I can't stress this enough. People always go, oh, well, this or that, or I have a photo, but you can't remember the voice. And I don't know how to stress that.
I love that. We have several children's Christmas books that you can record you reading it. And you know what? I haven't pulled those out in a while. It might be fun to just kind of look at those. Um, that's really cool. I'm glad that you do that. And what a unique way to share a legacy of a family member. Um, every time we do these chamber check-ins, I always send a list of questions, and there's one question I didn't put on here, but I have to ask you, Erin. Your logo. Tell me, every business has a lot of thought in their logo, and there's reasons behind it. So I know it might be small for some of the listeners, but can you help describe what your logo is and what it means?
Yeah, it's actually a bird. And so when we think of our tagline is your life, your choice, we relate it to the bird, and it also symbolizes my dad as well. He loved the air and flying and skydiving and everything. And he just recently passed when we did all this. So it is your freedom. It's your freedom to choose. It's to make life the way you want it to be. Stop having people tell you you can't do something and get out there and do it. Not just healthcare, but get out there and travel and live and experience and hike and do things because life is short and it's precious and we just never know, right? So fly like a bird.
I love it, Erin. I have your website scrolling on the bottom of the screen. I would encourage anyone who's interested and maybe the timing is relevant to connect with Erin and John with Connect Empower, maybe get some feedback, maybe schedule a meeting just to learn more about the services they provide. Um, we have you for a couple more minutes, Erin. Is there anything else that you'd like to educate the public on while we have you?
I would say be proactive. I know we serve our older population, but really, if you're 18 or 19, mom and dad can't make those decisions for you anymore. Right? You need to get all your medical stuff, your wills, everything lined up. And I know it's so scary and people are excited to be out on their own, but really we're out to educate. We're out to get people to be proactive because you just don't know. And it's a scary thing when you end up in that spot. And John and I have seen lots of families have to go through things. Lots of families fight because nothing has been settled. And we don't want that for you. We want your ending to be your choice and people to be happy and be there to support you and love you how you desire.
Well, what I'm understanding is that you provide all resources in one stop and help educate your clients on how to make that transition a lot smoother for themselves and their families. Wow, this is incredible, Erin. Kudos to you and John for taking a leap of faith and starting something like this.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, as we end up today, I just want to tell everybody thank you for listening. Remember to like and share the Chamber's YouTube channel. Tune in tomorrow. We have Brenda Wilson. She's the executive director for FY Idaho. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So we're going to talk about all the cool things that Brenda and her team are doing for the community. Erin, have a great weekend. I'll see you soon.
It's been a pleasure, you guys.